Go. Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Cowan. I'm the president of the Deerfield Beach Computer Club since 2005, and I welcome all of you to today's scheduled Zoom meeting featuring myself and my good friend Bob Gastisha. Also, Memorial Day is coming, and it's a great occasion. Already I see all of the airports. We're very busy, extremely busy. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going on an armchair journey right here. I don't have to pay anybody anything. I can sit in the comfort of my room or home without having to go through all the hassles. And I'm very glad. We have had a lot of thunderstorms recently, so
Got that right.
yep. So we're just going to have to wait until this stuff passes. Understand by Memorial Day, it should be much better concern. I've been spending a lot of time on the beach, so I am a little red, but you know, that's the way it is. All right. So I think we're going to do a series of videos today. And what I'm going to do for the first time is to caption them or use chapters rather, so that each video will be marked, or each part of the presentation, on how far you can go to. And if you click on that particular portion of the video, you can skip the other portions that may not interest you. So we'll put that up under chapter descriptions on this new video when it's posted tomorrow morning.
Super.
Okay. All right. Now, don't forget to subscribe, please. Only pick up any one of the videos. I think I have 146 up there when I looked last time, and they go way back 5, 6, 7 years. I'm probably going to have to trim those out because the people who presented them have passed away, and so have the technologies, in many cases, gone. But a lot of things you'd be surprised that were true years ago are still true today. So, all right, that being said, I'd like to introduce for this first portion of today's meeting, my good friend Bob Gastisha, who is the vast evangelist and APCUG security expert. We've been close friends for many, many years. Bob has given many expert presentations. He's a retired banker, so he knows what's going to happen if the debt ceiling falls or not. Hopefully things will be okay. And this is, we're all live, by the way. We're not in AI images or anything else. This is what we really look like. And also, disclaimer, any videos that I use from Apple support, I have been given permission to use. They're not copyright violations, and they are free for public use, meaning they can be published on any website or on any YouTube channel. That being said, let's give a warm welcome or sitting ovation to my good friend Bob Gastisha. Okay, Bob, take it away.
Good morning. And the videos that I share, I made, so I don't have to worry about copyright.
Great.
And what I'm going to have today are 5 videos. The first one will be 8 pantry items you probably have sitting in your pantry and don't even realize. Get rid of them. SSDs, myths, 10 things you didn't know. And what you need to know to survive the summer heat. Then there's a promo for a new series that I've started. And the video will tell you all about Small Town USA. And then the last one is I'll show you what the series looks like from one of the videos. And this one has to do with Thorpe, Pennsylvania. So let's get started with the first one. 8 pantry items you've probably had for too long. 8 pantry items you've probably had for too long. My thanks to Abby Ryan for her article and inspiration. Read her article at the link listed. We've all been guilty of keeping food items for far too long from time to time. That's particularly true when it comes to pantry items. They are not always visibly spoiled, and some have extremely long expiration dates. So, what's most likely to have gone bad in your pantry? Whether it's a can of beans that's been sitting in the back of your pantry for months, or a jar of spices that you've had for years, it's important to toss out old pantry items every few months. Not only can expired pantry items affect the taste of your meals, but they can also be harmful to your health. So what pantry items could you be hoarding that might have gone bad without you realizing it? Here are some of the most common items. Grains certainly can last for a long time if stored properly. So long, in fact, that they're easy to forget about. Once you get new grains, be sure to store them properly. For example, stored white rice can last up to 2 years, and it's best to store it in a cool, dry environment, such as an airtight container. If the rice is poorly stored and gets exposed to moisture, it won't last nearly as long. In general, to help your grains last longer, keep them in a dry place away from sunlight. Be sure to keep the containers closed to prevent pests and moisture from infesting your grains. Canned goods are good indefinitely. But that doesn't mean they can't go bad due to outside factors. If cans are dented, bulging, have signs of rust, or are open in any way, you should toss them. Storing canned goods properly also includes keeping them in a cool, dry place without sunlight. Avoid areas of high humidity or heat sources. Nuts and seeds. While different types of seeds and nuts have different shelf lives, for the most part, though, it's nuts oils that make them prone to spoiling quickly, especially when stored improperly. In general, almonds can last for up to 2 years, while most bags of walnuts are only good for about 6 months. Chia seeds can stay good for up to 2 years, while pumpkin seeds tend to have a shelf life of about 3 months. While nuts are fine in the pantry for a few weeks, if you bulk buy or don't eat them quickly enough, you should actually transfer these items to the fridge. Baking powder and baking soda. Typically, an open container of baking powder or baking soda lasts about 6 months. Before tossing these items, you'll want to experiment a bit. To test if your baking powder is still active, mix 1 teaspoon with 1/3 cup of boiling water. If it bubbles vigorously, it's still good. For baking soda, mix 1/4 teaspoon with 2 teaspoons of vinegar. If it bubbles, it's still good. Store both of these items in a cool, dry place, away from moisture. Flour. Unlike other items, though, the biggest issue with flour is that it can attract bugs when badly stored. You can avoid this by storing the flour in an airtight container. And if you want to make your bag of flour last as long as possible, you can save some space for it in your freezer. Keep in mind that all-purpose flour tends to have a longer lifespan, while most grain flours have a shorter shelf life due to its higher oil content. Spices. Typically, ground spices can last between 2 and 4 years, while whole spices, like peppercorns or cloves, can last up to 4 years. If there's no expiration date, or if you've decanted the spices, simply open them and give them a sniff. If the smell is off, stale, or there's no smell at all, toss them. Store them in airtight containers, stored in a cool, dry place, away from sunlight. While it might go against your first instinct, avoid storing your spices above or near the stove. Heat can lead spices to lose their flavor prematurely. Oils. Olive oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, and sesame oil can all go bad given enough time. Exposure to light, heat, and air all speed up the oxidation process, leading to an off taste and smell. Open jars of cooking oil can last up to 6 months. Unopened, though, you've got about 2 years before tossing needs to happen. Of course, the key to all of this is proper storage. Store them in a cool, dark place and consider transferring them to a smaller container if you're not using them often. Olive oil can last up to 2 years if stored properly, while a lot of other oils tend to have a shorter shelf life. Dried fruits. Generally, you've got about 6 months before they go bad. So if you've had a bag of dried mangoes in your pantry for a year, it's time to toss it. Keep your dried fruit fresh longer by placing them in an airtight container and keeping them, you guessed it, in a cool, dry place. If they start to smell off, go stale, or develop mold, it's time to say goodbye. To summarize, when you take a little extra time to get your pantry in good shape, you can rest assured knowing all your snacks and meals will be that much better. Don't settle for spoiled nuts, oils, fruits, or baked goods. Practice proper food storage, and you won't need to worry about nasty ingredients ever again. Stay safe, stay secure. Check your pantry more often. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for watching and listening. Let's move on to the next one. Eight SSD myths and misconceptions people still believe. My thanks to Jason Fitzpatrick for his article and the inspiration for this video. You'll find his article at the link listed. SSDs are too expensive when compared to their mechanical hard drive counterparts. Solid-state drives still cost more per gigabyte of storage. It's true. If you haven't gone parts shopping recently, you might still think that SSDs are a too costly upgrade you should skip. Fortunately, the days of spending $200 on a drive barely big enough to install Windows on are long behind us. Unless you have significant storage needs that require a multi-terabyte mechanical hard drive, like those used for network-attached storage, the days of SSDs being too expensive are long gone. SSDs wear out quickly. We have plenty of data to work with, and the data from punishing SSD use in data center indicates they last a very long time. Realistically, your SSD will outlive your computer and perhaps several upgrades. On a personal note, I've been using SSDs as my primary OS drivers for many years, and I have yet to have a drive die. Hibernation mode ruins SSDs. Hibernation takes the active content of your system's RAM and writes them to disk so that when you resume using the computer later, the operating system can dump this hibernation file back into the memory, and it's like you never left. Daily hibernation of a PC shaves less than 1% per year off the TBW life of the drive. Whether you hibernate every time you stop using your computer for the day, put it to sleep, or turn it completely off, it just doesn't matter in the long run. SSDs are only good for fast boot times. Fast boot times aren't the only reason to use an SSD. They're faster, quieter, more energy efficient, produce less heat, and take up less space. They're great for gaming too. SSDs are also far more impact resistant. It's not great to drop your laptop at all, but at least with an SSD, you have a storage drive with no moving parts to get jarred around. It's a hassle to swap an HD drive for an SSD. Today, SSDs are treated as the default, and migrating from an HDD to an SSD is unbelievably simple to do with free software tools. So simple, in fact, that you can do it in under an hour. SSDs require optimization. Windows has automatically optimized SSD usage for years now. And to do this, you don't have to disable or enable features or optimize anything. And you definitely don't need to defragment. Trim is an SSD-only function that optimizes data deletion to extend drive life. And it's turned on by default. You need to overwrite to wipe SSDs securely. Trim isn't a secure delete tool, but by the nature of how it functions, it might as well be, as it makes it extremely difficult to recover data from the disk. Some motherboards have an SSD erase tool built into the BIOS, and most manufacturers have a manufacturer-supplied secure erase tool, such as Samsung's Magician software. These tools interact with the drive at the controller level and erase the storage cells without imposing unnecessary writes. SSDs lose data if you don't power them on frequently. Since the average consumer is not writing petabytes of data to an SSD and then storing it at high temperatures, so there's little to worry about. Consumer-grade drives are designed specifically with the understanding that they will not be powered on all the time and may be stored for extended periods. Practically speaking, it's far more likely your computer will be lost, stolen, damaged, or outright replaced before you run into a situation where the disk has been powered off so long you lose data. I personally can't think of any improvement that you can make to an older computer that will have a greater impact than an upgrade to an SSD drive. If you still have an old clunker that takes forever to boot, do yourself a favor and change over to an SSD drive. Stay safe, stay secure. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for listening and watching. Let's move on to the next one.
Bob, we have a
things.
question from Dorothy Abram.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Dorothy. You have your hand,
Yeah,
unmute
and-
yourself.
At the last video, you said that canned goods doesn't have an expiration date. What about the dates that are on canned goods? Can you disregard them?
on canned goods, if it's not bulging and doesn't have any obvious signs like rust or the can itself got busted, even after the expiration date, there's no reason to worry about it. But if there are signs, and especially if you've reached an expiration date, get rid of it.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
By
With
the
food,
way,
it's always, with food, it's always best to play it on the safe side, which means
Irving?
get,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Bob, I'm sorry.
okay. The next one to be played is called 10 Things You Didn't Know You Need to Survive the Summer Heat.
Bob, we have two hands raised.
Okay,
Uh,
sorry,
Ir-
I'm not looking at that, so that's up to you.
Okay,
What's
let's hold off on that for a second. Let's
Oh,
go
it's
on.
easier to do it right now and get it out of the way because we still have the videos fresh in our minds.
Okay, Irving, you're first. Unmute yourself. Irving?
Okay, my question about SSDs and old computers. Do you have some kind of a time frame on how old a computer you can switch?
Uh, well, do you still want to use a computer? Remember, the computer is only as fast as its slowest component. Okay, so if the rest of the computer is a total clunker, even an SSD may not be the answer you're looking for. So unless you're talking about a computer that goes back to the Stone Age, there's no reason you couldn't upgrade it to an SSD.
Thank you.
Just to make sure you have a slot large enough to include it.
Yep.
To install it. Okay, Marcia.
Yeah, I basically use a laptop and an Acer laptop, and I have been told maybe to get some sort of extra storage kind of setup. I do genealogy for the family, and they want me to start doing things like taking pictures and looking at photographs and telling everybody what's in them and what it's about to give more history. And my daughter suggested that I get some extra storage to plug into my laptop. And I don't know where that even goes. And is that what you're talking about with this SSD? I thought it would be something like one of those little sticks that you just plug
That's an
in.
NVMe. That's a different type, but it's the same. It's still a solid state. The ones we're talking about look exactly like the old solid states, and you can replace, or if you have a slot, add it to your current computer, whether it's a desktop or a laptop. And you can also plug it into a USB port. All you need is the right connection.
So this would be something I could plug into a USB port.
Yes,
Okay.
but I suggest that you at least have a USB 3 port. Otherwise, it might be time to upgrade the computer.
How do I know if it's a USB 3 port?
If you can plug the plug-in upside down, right side up, then it's a 3.1 or a 3. If it's the old type, then you have to only plug it in one way, one direction. You can't plug it in.
If it's like a USB drive, flash drive.
USB 2, it's there's only one way to plug it in.
I
So
believe
USB 3, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I don't think that mine has USB 3 ports.
Well,
But
if-
It's also a pretty old computer.
Right.
well, it's probably about 5 years old or so.
Marcia, they also have colors in them too. I believe USB 3 has a blue
A blue line
connector.
on it. Yep,
Blue line.
right.
That's how you can tell the difference.
No, oh yeah, I have one of those with a blue line, yes,
That's a 3. That's an SS. Mhm.
okay. And so this SSD would be better than just oh, I keep forgetting that term. You just mentioned it, Barry, the little
Flash drive.
flash drives, thank you,
Yes, it's more reliable.
more reliable.
Right.
Okay, and something like, does it come with something like a terabyte?
Yes.
Right.
Go.
Okay, thanks for that
Actually, now
info.
there's sales going on for the holiday, and there's a nice 2 terabyte for about $100.
Yep.
Ah, okay,
Okay.
yes, thank you.
Okay, Bob, let's move on. Thank you.
Okay. I think we're
Thank
on
you.
number 3. No.
I'm not sure. By the way, Bob is captioning that with a special program that he purchased. What was the name of that? Pockify or something?
I'm not following, Barry.
Oh, to get those captions across as you're speaking on the videos, you use a special paid program, right?
Yeah, it's called Pictory AI.
Oh, Pictory AI. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
In the vast tapestry of the United States, there are 10 remarkable small towns in each of the 50 states. These towns hold the key to understanding the true essence of our nation's history and its extraordinary journey. Welcome to Bob's Small Town USA Chronicles, a captivating exploration that unveils the profound significance of these hidden gems. Please join me as I uncover the untold stories of 10 small towns from coast to coast, each leaving an indelible mark on the historical fabric of the United States. From the rolling hills of New England to the vast plains of the Midwest, I invite you
On an
extraordinary voyage where the past intertwines with the present. Discover the pivotal role these towns played in shaping the nations we know today, as they stood as beacons of progress, resilience, and innovation. These towns are the living embodiments of American history, where revolutions were sparked, industries were born, and ideals were forged. Journey through the footsteps of pioneers, visionaries, and everyday heroes who etched their stories onto the very streets we walk today. Experience the charm and authenticity of these small towns, where time seems to stand still, allowing us to connect with the essence of America's heritage.
delve into the
Forgotten narratives and hidden tales that have shaped the spirit of these communities, revealing their resilience, determination, and unwavering spirit. Bob's Small Town USA Chronicles invites you to celebrate the overlooked chapters of American history, where the quiet strength of these towns reverberates across the nation. Embark on this enlightening expedition into the heartland of America's small towns. Discover their importance, their legacy, and their unwavering spirit by visiting the link listed. Together, let's honor the historical tapestry of these extraordinary places.
And next, we're going to go and do a sample of one of those small towns. Small town USA. We are now in Pennsylvania, the second state to join the Union. And the first town we're going to explore is Jim Thorpe, PA. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and get involved. Pennsylvania is a state rich in history, with many small towns and villages that have unique stories and contributions to American history. One such town that stands out is Jim Thorpe, with a current population of about 4,500 residents. Located in Carbon County, Pennsylvania, Jim Thorpe is a small town nestled in the beautiful Pocono Mountains. Jim Thorpe was originally known as Mauch Chunk, a name derived from the Lenape Native American term meaning Bear Mountain. The town's name was changed to Jim Thorpe in 1954 to honor the legendary Native American athlete Jim Thorpe, who had passed away 2 years prior. Jim Thorpe was a multi-sport athlete who won Olympic gold medals and excelled in football, baseball, and basketball. The town of Jim Thorpe served as his final resting place, and his burial site has become a major attraction. One little-known fact about Jim Thorpe is its unique history as a prominent coal mining town. In the 19th century, Mauch Chunk was a bustling center for the coal industry. The discovery of an anthracite coal in the area led to an economic boom, with numerous coal mines opening and bringing wealth to the town. The coal industry played a vital role in the industrial development of the United States, and Jim Thorpe stands as a testament to this era. Another aspect that makes Jim Thorpe unique is its rich architectural heritage. The town is home of many beautiful preserved Victorian-era buildings and homes. The Asa Packer Mansion, for example, was the home of Asa Packer, a prominent industrialist and founder of the Lehigh Valley Railroad. The mansion is now a museum and offers visitors a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of the Victorian era. Jim Thorpe is also famous for its outdoor recreational opportunities. The town is surrounded by breathtaking natural beauty, including the Lehigh River, the Lehigh Gorge State Park, and the Pocono Mountains. Outdoor enthusiasts flock to Jim Thorpe for activities such as hiking, biking, whitewater rafting, and fishing. The Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway offers visitors a unique way to explore the picturesque landscape of the region. Today, Jim Thorpe is a popular tourist destination known for its history, natural beauty, and cultural attractions. The town's streets are lined with charming shops, art galleries, and restaurants. Visitors can explore the Mauch Chunk Museum and Cultural Center to learn more about the town's history, or take a stroll along the picturesque Switchback Railroad Trail, which was once the country's first roller coaster. In conclusion, Jim Thorpe is a small town in Pennsylvania that has a rich history and offers a unique blend of culture, outdoor recreation, and architectural beauty. Its connection to the coal mining industry, its Victorian-era architecture, and its association with the legendary athlete Jim Thorpe are just a few aspects that make Jim Thorpe a truly special place. A visit to this charming town is a journey back in time and an opportunity to experience the natural wonders of the Pocono Mountains. Stay safe, stay secure. I hope to see you for the next episode in this series, where we learn more about the history of another small town or village in Pennsylvania that also played an important role in the history of the U.S. If you're curious, the next town we'll explore is Gettysburg, PA.
Bob?
Yes.
Judy thinks you skipped a video on the summer heat. Ways to combat problems with the summer heat. I think we might.
That's a possibility.
Okay.
Okay. Then let's do that one right now.
Yep, and that'll be it.
Ten things you didn't know you needed to survive this summer heat. My thanks to Ann Taylor for her article and the inspiration for this video. You'll find her complete article at the link listed. Summertime is upon us, and with it comes the inevitable scorching summer heat. This advice should help you stay cool and comfortable throughout the season. These items are not only practical, but also highly effective in keeping you refreshed and relaxed all summer long. Baby powder. This multi-purpose product can be a true summer savior. With its compact travel size, it conveniently fits in your purse, enabling you to stay fresh wherever
you go.
Not only does it effectively combat chafing and absorb sweat, but it also leaves you with a delightful, clean, and refreshing feeling. Outdoor Mister. An outdoor mister is the ultimate summer companion for those scorching days when you just can't escape the heat. An outdoor mister will keep you and your guests comfortably cool. This outdoor misting cooling system is perfect for yards and patios. I would not recommend it for your apartment. Mobile phone fan. A mobile phone fan is a compact and convenient way to stay cool during the summer heat. These tiny portable fans plug into your smartphone and provide instant relief for the sweltering temperatures. Stainless steel water bottle. A stainless steel water bottle is an excellent investment to keep your beverages cold and you hydrated all day long. The insulation properties of these bottles ensure your drinks stay chilled even in the hottest temperatures. Cool Air Car Cushion. These innovative cushions circulate cool air through the seat, preventing the dreaded burn from hot leather or fabric. Cooling towels. A PVA cooling towel is made from a special hyper-evaporative material. These towels retain water while remaining dry to the touch. Simply wet the towel, wring out the excess water, and drape it around your neck, shoulders, or any other hot spots on your body. The PVA fabric provides an instant cooling sensation, and the towel stays cool for hours, making it perfect for outdoor activities, workouts, or even just lounging in the backyard. Gel cooling pillow. The cooling gel layer disperses heat, ensuring the pillow stays cool and refreshing. Cold brew coffee maker. A cold brew coffee maker allows you to enjoy your favorite drinks without the heat and will probably save you a few bucks in the long run. This versatile gadget can also be used to brew iced tea, making it a must-have for summer. Cooling water sticks. Simply swipe the stick across your face for instant refreshment, either before or after applying makeup. Chafing balm. This miracle product creates a protective barrier on your skin, reducing friction and preventing irritation caused by clothes or body parts rubbing together. Whether you're wearing shorts, a dress, or hitting the beach in a swimsuit, chafing balm will keep you comfortable and free from painful chafing. Stay safe, stay secure. I hope these 10 suggestions help you survive the summer heat. Please refer to Ann Taylor's article for product purchase suggestions.
Great job, Bob.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Okay, stick around. I'm going to share something I want you to see too.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get this going. Okay. Get this thing right there. Move this away from the screen. All righty, now we can present. Okay. Everybody see that?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Now, first thing I want to go to is, I'm going to make a statement to you, and I want you to tell me who said this. This is a very prescient individual, meaning they had no knowledge of what we're doing today, but they predicted what we're doing today. The gentleman said, "I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots." Who said that? Would anybody take a guess?
Mr. Albert
That's
Einstein.
right. That's right. There's AI right there. The day the technology will surpass robotics, AI, predicted by a genius many, many years ago. It's
Genius.
just
A genius who couldn't tie his own shoes.
that's right. That's
But
right.
he was a genius for sure.
But he couldn't pay his bills either.
That's
Okay.
a very common problem with geniuses.
Yep.
In the class that I was in elementary school, we had a boy in there whose IQ was 205. And there was one other kid in the class who was assigned to make sure that his fly was always zipped up. Because he didn't remember to deal with that.
Well, listen, if you're not open for business, close up the stand. You know what I mean?
Well, considering we were only like 10 years old.
Very, very, very.
I know. Well, here is you've often seen these things about texting while driving, how dangerous it is. Well, here's a sign. Texting while driving kills you. And on the bottom it says, for more driving tips, text safety to 75191. A bit of a contradiction in terms.
Really?
Did you get washed and vacuumed? They now have a place where you can wash and vacuum senior citizens. We used to do that, and many of them used to find a place right there before they went into the classroom. All right, here we go. I'm going to start showing some videos now, Bob. So if you'd like,
Harry, I'm going to be leaving you.
Thank you very much for being a good friend.
Thank you,
and
Bob.
participating.
Thank you.
Great job. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, folks, Apple support. We know that this is a very important aspect of the iPhone, particularly. I've shown you how it is. It's not there by operating system. You have to download it from Apple's site. But watch this.
With the Apple Support app, you can get help with all of your Apple products in one place or connect with an expert. Apple Support is free in the App Store, and it's automatically personalized for you, showing all the devices and services linked to your Apple ID. Support tools can help you with tasks like managing subscriptions, resetting your Apple ID password, and checking coverage without leaving the app. To learn about the latest features and get the most from your devices, check out articles and videos recommended just for you. If you have questions about a device or service, Apple Support helps you find solutions. Tap a device or service and you can search for your issue or browse the support topics. For example, to learn how to update iOS, you can tap Learn More to check for an update directly in Settings, or you can read an article or watch a video. You can even get individual help from an Apple expert by tapping the message or call buttons on select topics. If you ever need a repair, Apple Support helps you find the best option, whether your device is under warranty, out of warranty, or covered by Apple Care Plus. To get started, tap your device and then look for the type of repair you need. The app helps you find a Genius Bar or Apple authorized service provider near you. You can choose a provider by location or the quickest availability, and then schedule and confirm your appointment. Download Apple Support from the App Store today to find solutions for all your Apple products, all in one place. Apple Care Plus and certain app features are not available in all countries and regions. Apple products in one place, or connect with an expert.
Okay, so that was pretty good. We're going to be talking about this, and I'm going to be demoing some of that. A lot of this came in with iOS 16.5. We're going to be looking at that too. Here's the next one. If you're in assisted technology, which a lot of the 16.5 update has placed into the iPhone, this is for you.
With spoken content, your iPhone or iPad can read text out loud, and you can customize settings like the speaking rate, pronunciations, and more. Here's how to set it up and use it. We'll walk you through how to use Speak Selection, how to use Speak Screen with the speech controller, and how to customize your spoken content settings. To turn on Speak Selection, in Settings, tap Accessibility. Tap Spoken Content, and then tap to turn on Speak Selection. Here's how it works in action. Your device will read aloud text you select in compatible apps like Notes, Mail, Books, Safari, and more. Just select the text you want your device to read, and menu options will appear. Tap the arrow on the right until Speak appears, and then tap it to hear your selected text aloud.
Ingredients: 2 tablespoons sourdough starter, 600 grams flour divided, 10 grams salt, water.
Your iPhone or iPad can also speak the entire screen, and you can display the speech controller to quickly access controls like speech playback, the speaking rate, and more. To do this, tap to turn on Speak Screen in the spoken content settings. When it's on, you can swipe down from the top of your screen with 2 fingers to read, or you can ask Siri to read the screen. For quick access to the Speak Screen controls, tap Speech Controller, then turn on Show Controller. The first time the speech controller appears, it will be in the upper left corner. You can drag it with your finger to move it. To display the controls, tap the controller arrow. To hear all text on the screen, tap the play button.
From Grandma, address to Magico Martinez, 7:14 a.m. Has attachment. Starting with sourdough.
You can also pause
Magical.
speak screen,
I love that you're making my sourdough recipe.
skip ahead, skip backward, and change the speaking rate. The Speak on Touch button, which looks like a pointing finger, will let your device start speaking from a line you choose. Tap it, and tap or drag anywhere on the screen to hear the text under your finger.
We can't always get together and make a loaf if you want a lesson in person. You can't have too much bread, in my opinion. Plus, I'd love to have a visit.
You can also customize how you use spoken content in the spoken content settings. Highlight content appears after you turn on Speak Selection. This highlights words, sentences, or both as they're read. When you use Typing Feedback, your iPhone or iPad can speak each character, entire words, auto-corrections, auto-capitalizations, and typing predictions. Voices lets you choose different languages or accents to download. Detect Languages, which is on by default, will automatically detect the language it's reading so that your device can read other compatible languages in a more natural way. And you can change the default language, which adds an extra option for that language when you tap the Speak button. To change the speaking rate, drag the slider. And you can tap Pronunciations to customize tricky words like location names. And that's spoken content. Select, speak. Super! To learn more about accessibility features on your Apple devices, check out our accessibility playlist, or click another video to keep watching.
For those of you who have, I believe, an Apple Watch, this is absolutely amazing. How to use Assistive Touch. Now, these were added also through iOS 16.5, which was on all devices, and the watch, the phone, the TV, etc., the iPad.
With Assistive Touch, you can use your Apple Watch by performing hand gestures instead of touching the screen. This video covers how to turn on Assistive Touch and how to use gestures and quick actions to get things done. You'll need an Apple Watch Series 4 or later with the latest version of watchOS. You can turn on Assistive Touch in the accessibility settings on your Apple Watch or on your iPhone with the latest version of iOS. In the Apple Watch app, select Accessibility, and then select Assistive Touch. Turn on Assistive Touch, and then you can personalize it using the options below. You can increase the contrast, customize the menu, and more. Select hand gestures to see what each one does, and customize them if you like. Here's what they do by default. You can pinch your pointer finger to your thumb to move to the next item on screen. Double pinch to go back one item, quickly clench your fist to tap the selected item, and double clench to activate Assistive Touch and to open the action menu, which lets you perform complex actions like scrolling or pressing the digital crown. Now let's see how to use those gestures to navigate your Apple Watch. Raise your arm to wake your watch, and you'll see a blue ring around the screen to indicate that Assistive Touch is ready. Double clench your fist to activate it. You'll get haptic feedback, and the first item on your watch face is selected. Let's open Notification Center using the Action menu. Double clench to open the Action menu, and then you can pinch to move forward and double pinch to move back. To tap the System menu, clench your fist, and then clench again to tap Notification Center. Now you can double pinch to move through the list of notifications, and clench to tap Clear All. Your Apple Watch shows a prompt when you can take a quick action. To answer a call or stop a timer, just double pinch your fingers.
I'm in the park. Come meet me.
And that's how to use Assistive Touch on Apple Watch. To learn more about accessibility features, check out our accessibility playlist or click another video to keep watching.
That was amazing.
Okay, now the next one is about AirPlay to streaming video. your TV or system may or may not support this, but nevertheless, I thought you might be interested in seeing it.
Whether it's your favorite TV show, a presentation for work, or those family photos from your vacation, you can share them on the biggest screen in the house with AirPlay. We'll start with an overview about AirPlay. Then we'll teach you how to stream a video and how to mirror your iPhone or iPad screen. First, we'll talk about AirPlay and the difference between streaming and screen mirroring. AirPlay uses Wi-Fi to share content from your device to your Apple TV, smart TVs, speakers, and Mac computers that support AirPlay. You can either stream content directly from your iPhone or iPad, or use screen mirroring to display everything on your screen without using cables or adapters. Streaming with AirPlay means that you can display content like videos, photos, and music from compatible apps on your device onto another screen. You can keep using your iPhone or iPad while video plays on the other display. And you can control the video as well, like playing and pausing, or fast-forwarding and rewinding. Screen mirroring with AirPlay means that you can share exactly what is on the screen of your device on a larger display. Everything that appears on your device will be seen on the display in real time, including content in apps, new messages, notifications, and more. Before you start using AirPlay, you'll need a compatible device like your Apple TV, an AirPlay-compatible smart TV, or Mac. And make sure your iPhone and AirPlay device are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. To stream a video from your iPhone or iPad, tap the screen or the pause button to show the video controls, and tap the AirPlay button. Depending on the app you're using, you might need to tap another button first, like Share. Then, select the device you want to use with AirPlay. We'll choose our Apple TV. If you are streaming to an AirPlay device that isn't signed in to your Apple ID, a code might appear on the display. Type in the code on your iPhone or iPad and tap OK. To stop streaming, just tap the AirPlay button again and then tap your device from the list. Now you can enjoy your video on the big screen and keep using your device while your video plays. Awesome! If you'd like to show your entire iPhone or iPad screen on another display with AirPlay, you can use screen mirroring. Just open Control Center, tap Screen Mirroring, and select the device you want to mirror to. This is also where you stop mirroring. If you are screen mirroring to an AirPlay device that isn't signed into your Apple ID, a code might appear on the display. Type in the code on your iPhone or iPad and tap OK. Everything you do on your device will appear on your display. Let's take a look at a note we've been working on. You can even change the orientation to get a wider view. It looks beautiful on this larger screen. And that's how you can get the bigger picture when you want it with AirPlay. To learn more about your Apple devices, subscribe to the Apple Support YouTube channel or click another video to keep watching.
And that's exactly what I do when I bring up my iPhone on your screen, which I'm going to do in a few minutes. It's called mirroring. And this is the final video. I'm sure a lot of you have used effects in messages, but it bears just watching one time.
Make your iMessages more fun with bubble or full screen effects. Here's how. With an iMessage ready to send, touch and hold the send arrow. You can choose a bubble effect like slam, or tap screen and swipe to choose a full screen effect. How about this one? Just tap the arrow to send it. Very effective. Make your iMessages more fun with bubble or full screen.
And that's it. Everybody enjoy that? Did you get something out of all those videos?
Absolutely.
Notice that a lot of it was key to assistive technology.
Indeed.
And it makes it so much easier for people. We could go through those features, but we'll run out of time. But what I am going to do is show you how the mirroring works. Of course, all I do is I'm going to share my screen, and then there's an item here that says iPhone or iPad. It says share, and bingo. I go down to my mirroring. I'm going to mirror this Zoom DBCC, which you're going to see in a second. I hope. There it is. And that's my screen mirroring. All I did was in my control center, you have to add it. But if you see it right there, you see it blinking on and off, that's the mirroring function. So now we can go in and talk a little bit about battery. There was some changes, significant changes, a matter of fact, on updating. So if we, wait a second. I've got to stop the share a second and go back in. Something happened there. I was paused on the screen. Let me get back in here one moment. Okay. This takes a few seconds here to reset this up. Okay, so now we're going to look at battery. And remember, I told you that battery is a very critical issue. But what they've done now is you can charge your phone from 20% instead of 50% without plugging it in. And if you have this setting on, battery charging, and you scroll down and you have optimized battery charging, it will learn from your charging habits and stop at approximately 80%, will not let you go to 100, and then will resume the complete charge up to 100%, possibly in a few hours later. What this does is preserve and save battery life. So now you don't have to plug something in and have 50% capacity. You can do it with actually 20 or 25%, and it will still install. And when you do your install, remember to set it up. You can do it automatically or whatever. Okay, the next thing that they've added are privacy and security. Now, this is very, very interesting. You now have a safety check. An emergency reset access for all people and apps, and reviewing your account security. So if you click on that, it will use Face ID if you have it set up to protect your information and review everything. And has a quick exit. I don't want to show you that, obviously, but that's what it is. And here's the new thing. It's called lockdown mode. Lockdown mode, I'm going to read this, is an extreme optional protection that should only be used if you believe you may be personally targeted by a highly sophisticated cyber attack. Most people are never targeted by attacks of this nature. When iPhone is in lockdown mode, it will not function as it typically does. Apps, websites, and features will be strictly limited for security, and some experiences will be completely unavailable. Your device won't function like it typically does. It reduces the attack surface that potentially could be exploited by highly targeted mercenary spyware. Certain apps, websites, and features are critically limited for security, and some experiences might not be available at all. Now, how it protects you, you can read at your leisure. But it's something you don't want to do until it's absolutely necessary, because it could cripple the operating system and you might have to reinstall some of it. But it's a great security check, and Apple is always checking for that. We also have an app privacy report, which has been enhanced. Shows you your network activity, all that stuff. And that's great too. They've also upgraded Wallet and Apple Pay. There's so many things on here that they've done. Let's see what else I had here. Yeah, that's basically a lot of what I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions, remember that these issues can be resolved very quickly, and they showed you on that Apple Support app. So if you have Apple and you haven't downloaded the Support app, you should do so, because it shows you how to do all of these things. These have been completely revised. I've got Apple Music, I've got everything. So don't pay attention to me. And if you think I got a phone issue with storage, I pay 99 cents a month for additional 50 gigabytes of storage every month from Apple. And that makes a big difference, because if you want to see what I've got, okay, I've got About. You can see I've got 1,014 songs, which I use for my keyboards and everything, 34 videos, 265 photos, and 180 apps. And out of 256, I still have 197.37. Even the updates that they put on are very effective now, so they don't really take up that much space. The last one was a whopper, but it didn't take that long to put on. I would suggest that when you do a software update, you can go download only or install. But if it downloads them, it used to say you had to be connected to 50% or more to Wi-Fi. Now you can do it with 20%. And with optimized charging on, all you have to do is wait for 80%. The phone might just stop on its own and not go any further. But in a couple of hours, as soon as it's released, it will do it. You're better off doing it manually. I'll tell you why. Manually download them and then install them by yourself. Because when you do a software update, it takes a lot of time, depending on how long it took to update to your phone through the automatic method, to go all the way through your system. It may not be able to be as functional as it was if you did it manually, and then you can see that the effects have taken place. There is something here now called security responses and system files. You'll see periodic updates like 16.5.1 or whatever. There was one like that. And that means that they're putting in quick security files that are necessary for your machine. So that's it for today, folks. Did you learn something?
Always, Barry, always.
Good. I think these
Yes, Barry.
videos.
On that screen mirroring, how do you add a TV to your screen mirroring?
Well, you have to find out. It will tell you which TVs are compatible when you try it. So when you go and try the screen mirroring from your control center, remember, you're swiping down to the control center, or if you have a button phone, you would click the button once and go to settings and get the control center that way.
It usually needs to be a smart TV.
Yes, it does. And you have to be a smart user too.
That helps.
Right. It doesn't help to have a dumb user and a smart TV, and vice versa. You know?
That's true.
I thought that video about the assistive setup for the Apple Watch was amazing.
Isn't it?
I mean,
Really?
that woman that had only one arm. I was
That's right,
wondering
and you're now using
how it was
gesturing
gonna
with
help
your.
her. And then when they
That's right.
demonstrated the hand movement, I was just amazed. I had assumed it meant that you had to use your other hand to touch it.
That's right.
That was amazing
no.
to see.
No, it's only grasp. You grasp, or you clench your fist, or you move your fingers. It's amazing. The technology is just unbelievable in that. I know you wanted to see it, and it's on, remember, Apple 4 and Watch 4 and above, and it uses Watch OS 9. which should have been installed with the 16.5 or the latest update.
Right.
So, okay.
Barry?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you come across the app called Seeing AI? SEEING AI?
No, I haven't. Would
Okay,
you like
let
to
me.
tell us about it?
Yeah, I'll do a dog and pony next class
Okay.
if you would like. But it uses your phone. Like I have problems reading the instructions on the back of frozen foods.
Mhm.
This thing will just hold it over it and it'll read it to you. Bingo.
Oh, that's great.
Or
Excuse
it'll
me.
take a picture of a whole page, read it to you. Barcodes, read it to you. People, it'll know, tell you who it is. It's cool. I'll do it
Great.
next class.
All right, thanks. By the
Great.
way, I tricked everybody. I'm an alien AI that is orbiting right now. I'm in orbit, as you can see. I'm coming around. My escape velocity is approaching that. I'll be at the moon very soon.
Barry, you've been in orbit for years.
You're right. And you guys put me there, thank God.
Yes, sir.
All right, so next, in 2 weeks, June 9th, very special week. On June the 5th, Apple will present its Worldwide Development Conference, a mixed virtual and live event pre-recorded at 1:00 p.m. on Monday, July 5th. You want to make a note of that. Of course, it's going to be streamed on Apple's site and everywhere else on all devices. And on the 9th, I'm going to be discussing that, which is the last day of the conference. I'll be reviewing what was presented at the WWDC. You're going to see iOS 17. You're probably going to see the new iPhone sets. Usually a couple of weeks after the developer conference, you will see the actual operating system released to the public. So don't count on that immediately. You'll just get a preview of what it's going to be, and it's going to be fantastic. I've seen some of the betas of it. I am a beta tester as well. So look forward to that. Mark it down, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, June the 5th, I believe. That's correct. Okay, so I want to wish everybody a very happy and safe Memorial Day. Thank you for joining us again. Wish you to be safe and healthy, and now say goodbye. This will be posted by tomorrow morning. So look for it on the club site. And when you do, please subscribe if you have not done so. If you do so, you go to the right-hand corner of any video, it pops up our logo and the word subscribe. When you do that, it brings our number up, enhances our prestige on Google's ranking list. Of course, we only have 26 or 27 subscribers. We don't have the hundreds and thousands that others can do, but I am going to separate this video into chapters. So you can look, when it's posted, there'll be an area of description. Under descriptions or chapters, I will have timed each one of these things. So if you're interested in going to any particular video or part of a video or whatever, all you need to do is click that, and you won't have to, sit there and look at things you're really not interested in. That's the whole idea. Yes, Marcia,
You don't have to resubscribe each time we go
No.
to this video.
Only once. And under Bob's, he would appreciate it if you would put a comment under his video. If you haven't subscribed to his site, you should do so. He's challenging me with the amount of videos. I think this will be 147. He's got well over 300 done. He just does them like mad. And these subjects today were so diverse, but useful. I mean, about heat, about cooking, everything else. And Dorothy has been my cooking expert and my friend. We discuss now recipes, right, Dorothy?
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I'll help you whenever I can.
Thanks. I'm going to go down to BJ's and get one of those chickens and do what you told me to do. Okay.
Right.
All right, everybody. I miss you. I love you and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right.